Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another Yukon Bob video on the road this morning on the 400 series highway heading north out of Toronto. Going a little bit further today, I'm going to be heading up to a little town called Penetanguishene, and I'm going to be riding the waters of Georgian Bay today. I'm going to launch from the town docks at Penetanguishene and just spend the day kind of out on the southern end of Georgian Bay, one of my favorite bodies of water in Ontario. It's cloudy, it's overcast this morning, as you can see out there, but they are saying it's going to clear up by this afternoon, and we're going to have sun, 25 degrees Celsius or so, and the winds are supposed to be pretty light. So looking forward to it. I got a buddy with me today. Greg is going to be riding with me. Greg's from the Sea-Doo Tours riding group, and he's right behind me. We just met at a gas station on the highway on the way up, and we should be there in about an hour's time from now. So we'll see you at the town docks in Penetanguishene in just a bit. Let me introduce you to my traveling buddy for today. Sea-Doo Tours co-founder Greg Ross is here.
Hey, how you doing?
Morning, Greg.
Good morning.
How was the drive up?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
About an hour and a half, eh?
Hour and a half.
Greg comes from a little different area than I do, but for both of us, it was about an hour and a half to get up here today. So, yeah, kind of high cloud right now, eh? We're expecting sun this afternoon, but we don't have it yet.
Well, hopefully soon.
Yeah, well, let's hope we don't get any rain. Let's go see what it costs here to launch at Penetanguishene. They've got a little booth here. This is a really good launch. It's got a big wide ramp and all of that sort of stuff. So let's just see what the cost is for the 2024 season. We'll find out what the cost is here in just a second. I hope it's not more than $20. How much is the cost this year? Huh? One day.
One day? Do you live in Penetanguishene?
How much?
Do you live in Penetanguishene?
Well, I could say yes, but I don't.
It's 40 if you don't.
40?
Yeah.
That is the highest rate I have seen anywhere in Ontario. They want $40 to park and launch in Penetanguishene. This is the town dock in Penetanguishene. That's the highest rate I've seen anywhere in the country. $40. Is that a rate increase from last year?
Yeah.
By what was it last year?
Last year it was 30.
So it's jumped $10. Like everything is up, 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 up. And now it's $40 at Penetanguishene. So if you're coming up here, be prepared for a really high launch fee to get in the water here. Now, parking's good, the launch is good, but that's really high. Okay.
Go to Midland.
40 bucks.
Midland has $50 in Midland.
Is it really?
Yeah. Pete Peterson. Wow.
Midland is 50?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Holy God. That is just crazy. Okay, 40. I know it's nothing to do with you, but that is a lot of money for a day. You know, you begin to start wondering, is there a limit to how much the rates can keep going up, up, and up? 30 last year, another $10 this year, $40. Like, is there a limit? Will we get to a point where we're paying $50, $60 to launch? Well, the guy said over at Midland, which is the next town over, it's $50 over there already, so we could easily, we are at $50 at some places, and it'll probably be $50 here next year. Okay, I've got the water shoes on, the other shoes are in there. I think I've pretty much got it loaded up, got the camera gear on. This is a new addition for me right here, by the way, this RAM mount. I put this on last week in the garage. I just drilled a hole through the back of the GPS attachment unit here, and then I put a RAM mount on there with the 1-inch ball, and then I put a little short attachment there. I'm gonna try it with the cell phone right up here. Normally I've had the cell phone down here, but the power cord just reaches from the USB in there and comes around here and plugs in up here. So I'm going to try it up there so that the navigation, the Navionics, which I run off the iPhone here, will be right above the Garmin navigation system. So we'll just see how that works and test that out today. Make sure it doesn't bounce around too much, and we'll just see how that works. So I'll put it up there instead of down here. Here's where I mount right here the remote controller for the drone. I can just set that in here, put the remote controller in here with this quad lock system so that I can have a hands-free system when I'm flying the drone. I can still have my hands on the throttle, stuff like that, and operate the drone off of that mount there. So we're gonna back it in. Let's see how it goes. I need a longer rope, goddammit. So this is the first time out for Greg this year. He hasn't been out yet. And he said it was just a little slow starting, a little slower than he would like. So I said, don't worry, I've got one of those battery packs with me. I'm carrying with me with the jumper cables, that if we needed to jump the Sea-Doo or something like that, I can do that out on the water, so we'd be okay. So finally, hour and a half later, almost 2 hours later, we're on the water at Penetanguishene, just pulling out of the town dock. And it does look nice and calm out here, just like glass. All kinds of marinas. Beacon Marina just down that way. I can't remember the name of that one. There's also a couple more down that way. This is a long, narrow, big bay coming off of Georgian Bay back in here to Penetanguishene. Nice and sheltered back in here and protected. So we're gonna get organized out here for a second or two. Got the life jacket on now. Greg's coming out right behind me. And then we'll head out down Penetanguishene Bay, heading down that way. And hopefully, all of this cloud is supposed to lift or burn off a little bit later this afternoon, and we see some more sunshine out here, but we'll have to see and wait on that. Gotta get to the right setting there. Okay, so I've got the Navionics fired up on the iPhone, and I've actually programmed a route. I don't normally do this, but I programmed a route last night just on the iPhone at home on the Navionics route. Let's just see how well that works out for us today. We'll try to follow that magenta line there and see how it works out. Just realized the one thing I did forget to bring was my jacket. I hope it warms up a little more. It's a little cool right now, but I forgot the jacket in the back of the truck. Oh well. Just because it's such an overcast day, I've just stopped for a second. I think what I'm going to do is switch sunglasses. I've got a pair of sort of red ones that brighten things up a little more. Everything's looking a little bit dark to me right now, so I'll see if I can find those other sunglasses. So what we're doing here, the plan for today is we're heading up on the inside of Beausoleil Island, and this is an area called Papoose Bay here. And if my native dialect is correct, papoose means the thing that you carry a young baby in, the little papoose. I hope that's what that means. Anyway, this is Beausoleil Island right here, all along here. Parks Canada has some campgrounds on that island. I think they call them remote camping, something along that effect. So there are some Parks Canada campgrounds around there. Further up here into the mainland side is Honey Harbor. And we'll pull into Honey Harbor. There's a channel that will take us across over into Honey Harbor. So we'll just go up the inside of Beausoleil Island and then cross over into Honey Harbor. All right. Just coming into the entrance now to Honey Harbor. You know how Honey Harbor got its name? Apparently the early settlers in this area, you can probably guess this, found that there was loads and loads of bees all around this area, so they named it Honey Harbor way back. Parks Canada has their sort of headquarters for this part of Georgian Bay right here. I'm not exactly sure where it is. I think we'll see it in a minute or two. It's up here somewhere. Just a nice secluded little spot back in here though. A lot of cottages throughout here. There's a couple of really big marinas. It's a big entrance point to get onto Georgian Bay. So this is the Parks Canada headquarters for this end of Georgian Bay. They look after all the the campsites on Beausoleil Islands, things like that. Got a bunch of boats here and their garage and things like that. So Parks Canada, just at Honey Harbor. Whole pile of kids over here. I don't know if they're trying to get out on the water today, or if they've got some kind of tour organized. Oh, camping! Wow! You guys have got all your gear? Are you going over to Beausoleil? Ah. For a couple of days or one day? Couple of 2 days. Have fun, guys. You'll be on the Yukon Bob video. They're going out for a couple of days over to Beausoleil Islands, probably to one of the Parks Canada campgrounds over there. They seem all pumped and very excited. 2 nights, they said. 2 nights. Looks like a beautiful brand new cottage right up top there. Doesn't look like it's been built very long. Looks pretty new up there. Guest house down over that way. And this big rock wall right down in front of you. Beautiful. Nice place. There is a wall up here I wanted to show you. Yeah, right here. I don't know who built this or when it was built, but look at all the little pieces of individual rock that have been laid in place all the way along here to make up this wall here. I've shown this before in a past video when I've come through here, but I've always just been amazed at the amount of work it took to build that wall all the way along there. And it goes all the way around the corner up here. Somebody laid a lot of rocks there over the years. And it's been there for a long, long time. There's a rock structure that the Inuit used to use years and years ago in the high Arctic to identify locations. It's called an Inukshuk. And here's a pretty good one right here. I just want to show it to you. Just went by it. There it is up on the shore there. Yeah, somebody's done a really good job making that one. Just right on the point right there. Nice stone Inukshuk. This is one of those wilderness campsites operated by Park Canada right at the top end of Beausoleil Island. It's called Frying Pan Bay. There's already some boats in here, as you can see. It's a beautiful little anchorage in here, nice and secluded. They've got a nice dock right over here. In the past, I've pulled in here when I brought a lunch, and I've had lunch right along the shore in there. There's a nice picnic table. I had lunch right at that picnic table there. And just had, you know, an hour here on the shore, walked around the docks. I think I flew my drone from here. That sounds like a good idea. I think I should fly the drone from here right off this dock. Well, I'm still not 100% happy with how this thing is tracking me in the air. I just sort of had it in active track and was driving around slowly, and it was still kind of losing me here and there. It tracked me for a while, then it would lose me, and then I'd get it to reacquire me, track me for a while and lose me again, and I wasn't moving all that fast, so it's still a work in progress. Anyway, I've held up Greg long enough here flying this drone around this little bay. It's a nice place to kind of practice though, because you've got the dock and everything right here. It's calm, it's a protected little area. So still need some more practice with this thing out on the water, but that's it for this attempt. I may try it again a little bit later on this afternoon. Okay, so much for Frying Pan Bay for this day. The sun is popping out, it's warming up, and it's going to turn out to be a really beautiful day. I've got some suntan lotion on. The first time I was out on Lake Simcoe last week, I forgot to put the suntan lotion on, and the next day I was pretty red across the forehead, so I've got it on today, should be good. He's put a hat on, I see that. He's just pointing out, oh, great big blue heron. Can you see it? Yeah. Great big blue heron. At least I think it's a blue heron. Blue heron? Yeah. Really long wingspan and really long legs hanging out behind them. Well, let's go a little further north. Here's another Inukshuk. Might even be better than the last one we saw. What a beautiful little bay it is in through here. It's just a gorgeous little area. I love it. Nice. Out there, that's the big body of water, Georgian Bay out there. We're kind of following all the little islands on the inside track and just kind of wandering in and out throughout the islands. But out there, that's where the big body of water is. Welcome to Kings Bay Marina. That's the restaurant right up there. I hope it's open or I'm going to be in trouble for guiding us here. And we had to park way over here because they don't have any parking right in front. And we're going to have to walk around. What's the verdict? Can you get a beer?
No.
No. How about a stove to go? Can you?
You can get one of those.
You can get a stove. It's a nice 4-burner. Hardly used. It's an Admiral. Comes with an oven. She's a beaut.
She's a beaut.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a store attached to the restaurant. The restaurant's on this side. And then there's a little store right back in there. I think I'll get a pop. I'll get an ST.
Well, if I had to choose between those two, I'd do a clubhouse.
Okay, I'll have the clubhouse too. There's the club sandwich. That actually looks pretty darn good. Yeah, look at the fries. You get a little coleslaw. All right, so much for lunch at Kings Bay Marina. And speaking of lunch on Georgian Bay, I talked a little while ago with Rachel, who is the owner of Henry's Fish and Chips, which has a really popular fish and chip spot on Frying Pan Bay, Sans Souci towards Parry Sound, just a little ways north from here. They are going to be open for business again this year as of June the 7th. So by the time you see this, they should be open for business on Georgian Bay. They've also got another place, which is right on the waterfront in Parry Sound. So 2 locations this year. There's one on Frying Pan Bay, the one that all the boats go to, the planes come into. That was up for sale. Apparently it hasn't sold over the course of the winter, so they're going to reopen. They'll be open for business on June the 7th for weekends, and then full-time, I think, towards the end of June. So June the 7th, they're open for business again on the weekends, and then the 27th of June, they'll be open all week long. Or maybe they're closed one day, I can't remember. Well, back in Penetanguishene Bay, and that is about going to do it for this Yukon Bob video. What did we do today? We did 115 kilometers. We were on the water. Well, not totally on the water, but we launched into the water at 10 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock this afternoon, so 7 hours. Of course, there was lunch in there and stuff like that, so it was a great day. Started off a little cloudy and a little bit maybe misty, but then as the forecast said, it cleared up beautifully. And the best thing, though, today is that Georgian Bay was very nice to us. The waters were calm. Even on the bigger waters of Georgian Bay today, the water was nice and calm. So appreciate that, Georgian Bay. Thank you very much. Had a great day out here with Greg today. I'll be back out soon for another Yukon Bob Sea-Doo adventure. Till then, take care, everybody, and stay safe on the water. We'll see you next time.